Hey kids, welcome to the live stream. You're watching Guitar Quackery Live, and the customer will also be watching Guitar Quackery Live with you. Well, he's got his notifications silenced. Okay, no problem. I am still sending the message, which means it will not disturb him. So I guess he won't be watching it with you. Yeah. I'm still here. I'm still working. So Guitar Quackery Live is the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel. So what does it do? It educates, informs, and entertains. Yeah, all three. Customers can watch me work on their guitars live in real time. You can watch me, and you can keep me company, and you can be entertained. And I guess you are watching, obviously. So we put the guitar on the bench. It was outside on the neck jig just about an hour ago, and now it's on the bench. And I'm going to do some fret work here. The fret work is going to be polishing and buffing the frets. I had to do some other fret work, which I've done, okay? And now I need to polish the frets and buff them to a mirror shine. And I'll show you how I will do it this time. I don't always use the same exact method. So some methods are more suitable for home use. You know, I know that sometimes people who are just, you know, guitar owners, guitar players, they watch this just to figure out how to do it without having to pay for a service, I guess. That's fine. There should be, oh, aficionados here. So, yeah, so this time I will do this method, the Ken Parker method, okay? And so I already kind of finished. They're pretty smooth, so I am going to start with 600 grit. No, I'm sorry. 600. I got it confused now. Which grit is this? Sorry, I gotta check. No, that's 800. Right. Okay, P800. Okay, so let's do this. It's P800 grit. So I made this thing. I stole the idea from Ken Parker. Ken Parker, the luthier. And what else is he? Well, an overall smart guy. Archtop builder. Good guy, I think, from what I can tell. Okay, this looks good. Brushed finish. And now I just move the tape. I wonder if I'll be able to use a fret shield to do the buffing later. I guess we'll see. It's maybe the Epiphone size fret shield. I wonder. The Epiphone fret shield size isn't the same as the Gibson, because the Epiphone scale length is slightly longer than the Gibson scale length. And all Gibson guitars don't have the same exact scale length. By the way, especially not their baritone guitars, I guess. I don't know, do they make them? So the frets are low-ish, but we had to remove material. That was the only way to level off the frets. Now, on an acoustic guitar, if the frets are low-ish, there's still plenty. High, it works, right? Because we're not bending strings, usually. Okay. It looks good. We do have some finish delamination on the sides, which is why I'm careful not to stick the tape to the sides. It's the Eric Clapton model. The one model I believe he played during the Unplugged performance. Not the actual guitar, as far as I know. Eric Clapton is a guitar player, and he plays guitar. So this is now damaged. I need more tape. Okay. Because the frets are low, the sandpaper is kind of scratching the tape here and there. I don't know if you hear the banging steam pipes. They drive everyone crazy here. I don't know if my mic picks up the loud banging steam pipes. I guess I'm done with this. So I need a fresh piece of 600 grit. Yeah, here it is. Not 600, 800. Why do I keep saying 600? And I can prove it to you. It's 800 grit. Here. Well, it's actually P800, but, you know, it's cut off. It's very smooth. It's a 3M product. Why does it say made in Canada? They have a factory in Canada? 3M stands for Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, something like that. I guess they must have a factory in Canada. So I wonder if the sandpaper is going to get more expensive now coming from Canada. The tariffs might make it more expensive. if it's Canadian made. Man, I should have bought some more. At the cheaper price, I guess. It says right here, made in Canada. I never noticed this before. So, I said I would like to do some live streaming. Well, I mean, a live streaming review of the Fender Strat made in Indonesia. So here's the thing. I want the live stream to be good. I'm feeling kind of tired. So let me think about it. Let's see how I feel after this project. So I want to do it. So what might happen is a live stream, but I won't be recording it tonight. Since I'm not publishing it tomorrow anyway, who cares? Now, my live stream of the Fender Telecaster is performing well. So I guess I can show you. Here. Is this in focus? So this shows my main channel stats. I got 4,750 subscribers. This is the latest one. It ranks at 2nd of 10. Okay, views, 264 views so far. Impression click-through rate, 6.6%. Average view duration, 14 minutes and 35 seconds. Comments, 15 of them, okay? So now let's look at the stats. So the gray shows typical performance, and you see this is performing better than average. I think it'll go up even more. Now, watch time is performing better than average. Subscribers, I lost 1 subscriber on this popular video. Someone didn't like it and they unsubscribed. That's fine. I haven't made any money on it yet. Well, it doesn't show right away. The money is minimal, by the way. Okay, how viewers found this video. Audience retention is not available yet. And yeah, so engagement. Watch time. Average view duration. You see what I see? Okay. Likes versus dislikes. So 97% of likes. You see? Channel average is 96.9. So I guess I got some dislikes, which I can see here. Videos, view all. No, I can't see here. I can see it on the computer, but not on the app. Okay. So now, let's say this video, ruined by Repair Tech, performed well. So if I see these stats, you can see that gray thing is the average for the channel, and this skyrocketed. Okay. Okay. Now, the audience retention was still the way it is always. Most people cannot watch through the first 30 seconds. Okay, it's too boring for them. Now, the giveaway video. So I had to give away a guitar to make this video, right? So how did it perform? Poorly. Look at that. The gray area, which is now enlarged, is that. That's the same gray area that you've seen on the other ones. And it performed right under. It underperformed. But I got 4 subscribers on it, and I made $1.79. So that's a little bit less than what I paid for the guitar. So was it worth it? I don't know. You do the math. So yeah, these guitar giveaways have not been a big success. So the first guitar giveaway I ever did on the channel was, I don't know if you've seen it, a Gibson ES335, brand new giveaway. So, and I was giving it away for the subscriber count of 300 to celebrate 335 subscribers. Okay, so I announced that there would be a giveaway once I reach 335 subscribers, and then once I did reach that number, I published a giveaway video saying that I'm giving away a Gibson ES335 for 335 subscribers. And then I showed the guitar. So I kind of switched to the overhead camera. Let me kind of mimic what I did. So I didn't show the guitar like this. I said I have it on the bench, not this bench. It was the bench, the studio bench, you know, where I do my main things, my, you know, narrations and stuff. So I switched to the overhead camera. You could see the guitar, but you couldn't see my hands. And I was putting it into focus. It started as a blurry image. I put it into focus, and I said, and with the guitar, you also get a free pick. And then when I put the pick here, you could see that the guitar was a little guitar. So it was one of those little miniature guitars, but it was a Gibson ES335. It did say Gibson on the headstock, and I did give it away. So how did I give it away? Well, I said subscribers, whoever is subscribed to this channel, can post a comment, one comment. And then I used a random comment picker to pick the winner. And that was not the best experience for me. So even at that level, I could tell that people were subscribing with different accounts just to win the guitar. So I don't need those kind of subscribers. No channel does. So a channel needs subscribers who are, you know, actually watching the videos, not just subscribe to win something. So I decided before I even announced the winner that I would never do a giveaway like that ever again. You know, kind of enter to win, subscribe to win. That's not what I want. So I'm not going to do that. But I kind of wanted to do giveaways. So then I thought, well, how about if I just buy a bunch of guitars and just approach random people on the street and say, hey, here's a guitar for you. So yeah, I thought about that. And of course, how do I know that the people could even play? So this is not like Mr. Beast that gives away $10,000, you know. Okay, it's money and anyone knows what to do with it. But guitars are different. So then I thought about it. I thought, okay, so how do I do it? So I approached Bob, the owner of this studio where I rent the space, Bob Elliott. He's the owner of this studio called Bob Elliott's Music Makers. I said, you know, I want to give away some guitars to your customers. Why don't we do something, you know? So he said, you know, that's okay. It's complicated. What is it going to accomplish? You know, he's done guitar giveaways before. It didn't accomplish anything, he said. But I already had the guitars. So I thought, naively, that the only cost would be the cost of the guitars. But then I had to print posters. Then I had to spend time away from the bench organizing and everything and talking. So the whole thing cost me more than the cost of the guitars. And then on the poster, like one of the giveaways, it said, you know, carrying bag is not included. If you win, you bring your own bag. So one person who won, and I haven't finished editing the video yet, forgot to bring a bag, or she didn't have a bag or whatever, right? And I made that clear. So I said, okay, you can borrow my bag, a gig bag. So it's an $80 gig bag. I'm not giving it away. I'm already giving away a guitar. So I said, okay, make sure you bring it back, you know, within a week. Okay, I'll give you a couple of weeks. And so more like almost a couple of months go by. And like I said, I haven't done the video yet to publish it, but it's already been a while. You know, she's not showing up with the bag. So now I had to text her many times and wait on her here while she was rehearsing. So again, so that costs me, right? That's additional cost, because all this texting and waiting and communication, you know, it all cuts into my work time. What would normally be money-making work time. So that. Then another one of my own customers, I gave her a guitar, and that was the Angelico that, you know, we were just looking at the stats. So she also didn't have a bag, so I gave her a bag, same deal. And I said, okay, you know, so by pure coincidence, somehow we figured out that we live kind of close by. So I said, just drop off the bag at my house. I'll meet you up front, you know. Just take the guitar home. And she didn't have a humidifier, nothing, right? So I gave her a humidifier. I said, you got to buy this humidifier. And I gave her a link to a gig bag. So then, you know, in a week or so, I text her and I say, did you know, get your gig bag and humidifier? She will do it after she comes back from a trip. What trip? So now I'm worried. And when she was here, I actually had a Martin guitar with a fracture on the soundboard. And I explained to her why she needs a humidifier. I said, otherwise your guitar could fracture like this. So now I'm thinking, okay, so she is leaving for, I think, said 3 weeks. And she's going to leave her guitar with the humidifier I gave her, which is going to drop in 2 days, right? In an apartment that's heated. So by the time she comes back, the guitar might have a fracture in the soundboard. It's a brand new guitar. So So I texted her, I said, you know what, bring me the guitar, you know, with the gig bag and a humidifier, and I will store the guitar for you. And then when you come back from your trip, just text me and, you know, bring your own bag and humidifier and, you know, just come and pick up your guitar. So she did text me, and she didn't buy, so she bought a humidifier. She didn't buy the bag that I texted her the link to, right? She found a cheaper bag on Amazon. So she bought that one instead. Okay, whatever, you know, if the guitar fits and, you know, she puts the humidifier inside, the one that she bought, fine. So I meet her in front of my house. I bring the guitar out. And here's what I said. It's not a problem that she bought a different bag if the guitar fits. If the guitar fits. So she bought a cheaper bag for whatever reason. I guess because it was cheaper. And the guitar didn't fit inside. So I was like, oh, you know, all right. Just take my bag and I'll, you know, text you the link again. Just buy the other bag and return this one. Okay, she bought it on Amazon. And then when you have the other bag, just bring me my own bag back. And I texted her a link to a $30 bag. In the meantime, she was using my $80 bag or whatever. So, and that was a week or 10 days ago. I still haven't gotten my bag back. Now we're trying to coordinate when she can drop it off at my house. So, so again, it just takes up a lot of my time to do this. And I don't like people coming to my house, but, you know, she seems okay. It's just to keep it simple. So I was hoping that the fret shield would work, but it's not gonna quite work. Look, so this is the Epiphone fret shield. So if I can align these here, the frets are further apart here, which means maybe I can move it like this. I can't. Not this one, right? Okay, so now the Gibson, that's the Fender. The Gibson fret shield does not align because it's even smaller scale length. But if I move it like this, it still is not aligning. Okay, and it's not going to align. Forget it. The Fender, forget about it. This is, you know, way bigger. So I can't find how it would align. And I do have, how many more I got? Oh no, just the bass. So they make 5 sizes for guitar so far. I got 3 of them. They make the PRS size and the Martin size, but not this Martin size. Okay, different Martin. All right. So, okay, let's do 1000 grit now, or should I do 1500? Let's do 1,000. Yeah. So once again, I need the tape. Fresh tape again. So I wish I could use the fret shield, but no luck this time. Yeah, so the giveaways don't really do much for me. So now I got other guitars that I need to really, at this point, I'm going to say get rid of. I just went a little overboard. I just bought a whole bunch of them before I, even really knew if that was going to work or not. So I was even thinking maybe I should give away this Fender, but no. I'm going to give away these two guitars. Not this one. This one I'm keeping. That's a Squier Strat that I bought for myself for the shop. I want to do a premium service on it so that when people bring me a Fender Strat, can you make my guitar play better? Yeah, check out this one. That's a Squier. So if I can make a Squier like this, I can make your Fender better. Maybe. It depends on the condition of the guitar and whatever is wrong with it. I've seen really expensive custom shop Fender guitars with, well, one with a twisted neck because they used fancy maple, flame maple. Okay, so that can happen. It was 1 of 6 limited edition Strat. To me, a Fender guitar is, I think, better if it's just ordinary. No fancy flame, no binding on a telly, nothing like that. Just a simple piece of wood with a neck. To me, that's a Fender kind of flavor, right? Then I had a bass here with a centerline alignment issue. Also, custom shop limited edition P-bass. The first P-bass looked different than the P-bass we know now, and it had an alignment issue with the neck and neck pocket or bridge placement, right? However you want to put it. So the strings were off center by a noticeable amount. So the two middle strings were not the same distance away from the dots. They were like this. And then the high G string was all the way against the fingerboard, but the low E was away from here. And I couldn't move the neck. So I was going to make a video about it, and I ended up not, because I spent so much time on that bass and didn't really properly charge for my time. I just didn't want to add more to it and then make yet another video criticizing a company, right? Because although I want to be, I want this channel, not this, well, both channels, I guess, to be known as the consumer advocate, you know, showing what's wrong with guitars, you know, not, you know, giving my honest opinions during the reviews or even repair jobs. I don't want to be known as the channel that's, you know, trashing all the legacy brands. That's really not what I want. But, you know, I just show what's in front of me. They, you know, they have the opportunity to, they have the means and everything to make a guitar. Supposedly they have the knowledge and everything, so if there's a problem with a guitar, the consumer shouldn't be paying for it. If there's a manufacturing issue. I already started making a video about that P-bass, and you know, with some recordings it takes me multiple takes to do the assessment part, and I recorded a few takes and I just said, you know what, I'm wasting too much time on this one, so I ended up not finishing the video. I might still use the assessment part because I didn't record the repairs. Maybe. I just had to buy another hard drive because I had two 6 terabyte hard drives, I believe. One was the main drive, the other one was the backup for the videos. And they were 97% full, I guess, something like that. So I just had to buy another drive. So this time I bought a 16 terabyte drive. So I copied everything onto that. And now I have two 6 terabyte drives. So I'm going to make a 12 terabyte drive, backup drive. You can make one drive out of 2 drives, right? And that's going to be my backup drive from the 16 terabyte drive. Of course, it's not going to hold 16 terabytes, but it'll keep me going for a while. So all the videos need to be backed up onto at least one drive. You can also buy cloud storage, but again, I'm trying to cut my expenses. So I talked the other day about, because today, how many jobs did I turn down again today? Let me see. So this one that's coming tomorrow with a broken headstock of a heritage guitar, I tried to talk him out of bringing the guitar here. I did my best, and he just wants to bring it. So after much texting back and forth, he now wants to bring it. Okay, here, 1, 2, 3. I said 3. The third one, she might be booking an appointment in March, but I don't think so. Yeah, so I was talking the other day about doing a, what is it called, an offshoot brand, like what a Squire is to the Fender guitar, or what the Epiphone is to the Gibson guitar. So to have like a Guitar Quackery basic brand and have one person first. I can only deal with one person, right? Performing the services at a lower level. So in that case, that person would also be taking restringing jobs or output jack repairs, little jobs as well. Of course, trying to sell a full service. But even the full service would be not at this level. It would be at a more conventional level, I guess, which is still good for, you know, for many people. And, you know, lower prices. So one reason why I have that sign out there, you know, that says highest prices in town. I think I showed it. Yeah, but I know you guys have seen it, but some other people will be watching this video in the future, so I want to show it. Highest prices in town guaranteed, right? So that's right there. Here. It kept falling off, so I put some Velcro. So, yeah, you know, it's kind of, you know, with the whole humor of Guitar Quackery, it goes well. But it's also to actually, because, you know, honestly, I can't take every job that comes in. I just can't. I'm already overworked. So, yeah, so, you know, when people see that, some people will be curious to find out why, you know, so they will consider it. And then sometimes I will tell them, you know, just watch the channel. Before it was just the main channel. Now it's even this. And I have another sign over there that explains what a full service means, and, you know, that I don't take setups by request. So I will do a setup, and just a setup on a guitar if that's what will resolve all the playability issues. So, but I'm not going to try to do a setup on a guitar that has a high nut or uneven frets, or frets that have dimples on them, or maybe a guitar that has, like this one had, like this kicking up here. I'm not going to try to do adjustments. So, so that's what my PDF, which is printed out there also, and displayed, that's what it says. So, in my own words. And sometimes I told people, and I know this sounds pretentious, but I said, okay, so let's say that you went to visit Michelangelo. Because some people say, okay, but I don't need that. Can you do less and charge me less? Basically, that's the question, right? So I said, well, if you go back in time and you go visit Michelangelo and say, you know, I like your sculptures. Can you make me a bust? Yeah, this is going to cost you this much, and it's going to be like this. Oh, no, can you make it like less, you know, less details and stuff, and, you know, charge me less? No. If you come and see Michelangelo, you're going to get a Michelangelo, right? So that's it. That's how it works. He's not gonna make you something that's not gonna be showing his work. So yeah, and I know this sounds pretentious, right? But yeah, I don't want to do something. Some people bring guitars with cheese on them, on the fingerboard. I don't want any cleaning. I'll clean it later. Da, da, da. Okay, so I don't even get colors like this anymore because I can weed them out at the beginning. But used to, right? And no, if the guitar leaves this bench, this shop, if I work on it, it's gonna look like I worked on it. It's not gonna be a dirty guitar. Again, like Michelangelo wouldn't just do something like some other sculptor in town, right? So yeah, I know this sounds really pretentious, but you know, it explains some things. So this fret here, these two frets are really low, right? So if I use this, I can use the other side. Not really. It's gonna scratch the fingerboard. It's fine, like this. Okay, and now I'm ready to do some buffing. I'm almost ready. Yeah, I don't want someone to walk out of here with a guitar that looks like they pulled it out of the sewer and then show it somewhere and say, oh, you know, I got a setup done. Look how the guitar plays much better, right? Where'd you get that setup done? You know, look at the guitar. So there's no need to do that. Okay, so that's my sandpaper. I have little pouches here for the sandpaper. Well, I need to put some tape here for all the buffing now. And I wonder if I should start using that new rotary tool. Let me see. I'm kind of curious because now I bought another one, another type. I haven't used it yet, but it looks really good. Let me see. And this buffing wheel is, it's still good. So this rotary tool has a USB-C charging connection. USB-C. Much better than the annoying micro or mini or whatever they call it, USB. Okay, it's not going to focus. Yeah, so that's a USB-C, the new one. This is really annoying. So let's see. Yeah, I like it. So let's do some buffing. Still got 3 people watching, according to the stats. So I watched a little bit of Unquindor Guitars, his live streams. I was actually participating in the last one. I wrote a few comments. So he's got a silent moments, you know, and his live streams are pretty long. So I guess it's okay to have silent moments in the workshop, right? Seems to be spinning at a higher speed. I don't know if that's good or bad. No, I gotta use this speed. Yeah, I think it's good. I forgot my cloth. I see your comments, and if I start reading them, I'm afraid I'm going to Driftwood Guitar Channel does an in-depth review of well-known acoustic guitar brands. They even go so far as to cut the guitar. Oh yeah. I've seen that. So they can show the bracing, and if there's a glue squeeze out. I've seen that. Yeah, they cut a Gibson. I gave a Seagull Mini Jumbo to a very talented guitar player friend of mine, thinking that he could make money busking with it. I found out from his sister that he sold it so he could buy cigarettes. Yeah. I know. That sucks. He might as well burn the guitar. That's the same thing. Yeah, that really sucks, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, when I give away the guitars on this channel, obviously, I have an agenda. It's to promote the channel. You know, I thought, you know, if I have videos that show giveaways, it's going to attract subscribers. But to be honest, it's just going to attract the wrong type of subscribers, right? People who want freebies. I want subscribers who want, you know, information. You know, I could still sell the guitars. I could work on them a little bit, you know, do like a premium setup. Now, would I make money? I don't know. Or I can just sell them as is. No, I wouldn't make money, right? No, it's not worth it. If I want to make money doing my own work, I just do my own work for customers. Although I could do a lower level setup and sell it, like a 1, 2, 3 setup. Or rub some steel wool, eyeball the, you know, relief and the action just by feel. You can do a setup like that. I know at least one tech that does setups like that. And he does good setups. So it's the tech that says that he never gets tired of changing strings. This is a friend of mine. He's a long-time tech. But he doesn't measure. Now, I don't agree with that approach, which is why I don't do it. But he's got happy customers. So who is to say that it's not good? If the outcome is good, I guess it's all good. So it's midnight almost. I'm not really sure that review is going to happen tonight. I went to bed last night really late because I had to record a video. By the time I came home, by the time I cleaned up here, and then, you know, I stayed up a little later at home. Maybe I should just do the review tomorrow. I like this, the new tool. I think I'm going to buy another one. Or maybe two more, so I have them. Okay, huh? So this is a good example of showing that I don't do fret polish the same way every time, right? You've seen me do it in different ways. Obviously, I couldn't use the fret shield on this one. Sometimes I tape off the entire fingerboard. You haven't seen me do that, I think, on this channel. I think maybe on the other channel I had some videos that had that. I try not to do it. Tape is, you know, is expensive too, right? So I started using Dunlop and this 65. So maybe I will reach out to them if I like their products. I actually like whatever products I do use. So maybe they will sponsor this channel or the other channel. I'd rather get sponsorships from these companies, or maybe Roadrunner for the cases, because they have decent cases. They're not the best in the world, but they're not the, you know, they're affordable cases, right? So, and you know, good cases. They have good cases. So, I think I might reach out to them, because I need sponsors to keep this going. I'm not complaining, just so you know. I'm just saying I need sponsors. That's the way to go. But I was complaining before about the giveaways. Yeah. You can't think through everything, right? So they didn't turn out to be rewarding for me. And the other day, I had a customer. I gave her a guitar. Her friend helped with the camera. I gave her another guitar. I said, just keep it. Just take them out of here. So I did record the other friend getting the guitar. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to even put together the video of that giveaway. And then she texted me a picture of the two of them holding the guitars. Let me see. Man, I got so many text messages. Where is she now? Buried already. What's her name again? I forgot her name. Oh, this is it. So that's the two of them holding the guitars. Let me show you. Yeah. So she was the customer. That was her friend. So her friend helped with the cameras, and it all took longer than I thought it would. So then I asked her, hey, you think your friend wants a guitar? And she said, yeah, maybe an acoustic. So I said, oh, let me see what I got here. Ready to go. Okay. Which camera angle should I show you? This camera angle. Did I polish this one? I think I did. The best giveaway was a guy that won a Halloween something. So someone who rehearses here has a jam uptown called a Perfect Stranger Jam or something like that. So he did like a Halloween. He wanted to do like a Halloween giveaway for his customers. And he reached out to me, says, can he like get a coupon for my services? And I don't give services away for free, right? So I said, no, but it turns out that I'm trying to figure out how to do guitar giveaways. I'll give you a guitar. But your customer needs to come here and pick up the guitar. And he needs to agree to be on YouTube, and he needs to sign the paper, the video release form. So he or she, right? So it turned out to be a he, and he was great on camera and all. So I'm editing that video. That's going to be a good video. So we did a treasure hunt. So he had to find his guitar. I don't want to tell you everything. It's going to be on the main channel. So that one for sure I'm going to publish. At least the giveaways were a good tax write-off for last year. And I have an appointment tomorrow with my accountant. I already gave him all the paperwork. The appointment is just a formality. It's a Zoom call. A Zoom call from here. Like that. Just like the live streams. I guess I can even work on guitars while I talk to him. I don't think he would mind. Just a few more frets. Here. I think this one is faster and stronger. I think it's got a bigger motor. More horsepower. So what happens if you buff the frets without the tape? Yeah, you might get the compound into the wood grain, then you can't get it out, and then it looks like shiny next to each fret. It looks horrible. Don't ask me how I know. You know, it's embarrassing when you it happens to every single tech, damage someone's guitar. But, you know, I have a full disclosure policy. So I was just talking to my friend today on Zoom through that loot group, loot along they have. So he's in Australia, and he kind of knew about these live streams, and no, he didn't know. He knew about my other channel, so I told him because I haven't seen him in a while. So, and then he said, "Have you ever dropped a screwdriver on a customer's guitar?" And I said, "No, that's why I don't have things hanging here, right?" But I didn't pick up on it while he was asking that. So then he said, well, you know, sometimes my customers ask me if they can just sit here and watch me work on their guitars, and I say no. Because he says, you know, I never know when I damage a guitar, and, you know, they will see it happen. And I said, oh, I see what you mean. So I said, you know, I did think about that, you know, if I allow customers to watch these live streams as I work on their guitars, that sooner or later, not if, but when, I will damage a guitar, right? Accidents will happen. Oh, what can I do? But I would tell the customer anyway if I damage something, right? I wouldn't want to cover it up. So at least I think it's better if they saw what happened. Look, accidents happen, right? So it's really not incompetence. Even the world's best athletes that, you know, compete in the Olympics fall, or, you know, they have accidents during their competitions or performances. Let's say if it's figure skating, because you take risks in order to accomplish something. Got to take the risk. So this is why I have insurance. This is why every shop should have insurance. You know, there are guys that work out of their apartments. I know one of them at least. And, you know, I told him, you need insurance. I think he has insurance now. I don't know. I hope. So first of all, the insurance is a tax write-off. So you pay for it with a pre-tax money, and then it's written off. So you also save on taxes. It's as if you didn't make that money. All right, this worked out well. Let's charge it. It didn't even warm up too much. Yeah, you need insurance. Otherwise, what kind of operation is that? Now, where I put my Q-tips? I mean, my supply of Q-tips. Do I still have one left? Yeah, here. I got a few dirty ones, which are fine for this. Rubbish guitar bloke is here. Good morning, Professor. Just got up. 4:45 a.m., right? Thought I'd join you live and place my bet. I guess you'll fall asleep on fret 19. No, you see, not this time. Looking forward to the second review. Thank you. After midnight, let it all hang out. Yeah. Peaches and cream. Safe boating is no accident. Yep. So, if you can't take risks, then service business isn't the way to go, right? Okay, where do I put it? Here. Now it's good. This looks better. Okay. I just got a text message. Excuse me. I'm just going to... okay. Thumbs up. I received the message. Another message came in. Another thumbs up. Well, when did he send a message? At 11 p.m. Okay. Okay. No problem. Yeah, this feels different. The RPM feels different. Oh, I guess I said this is too long. I never put a link to this in the description. I need to update it, maybe. especially if I'm going to reach out to them for sponsorship. Now, I think, you know, I've talked about Music Nomad products without even thinking of sponsorship. So they should sponsor me. It's a tax write-off for them. Yeah, I think I'll reach out to them. I did exchange emails with customer service. They were nice. So I reached out to I wanna sponsor some artists, some young artists that are up and coming. Man, I had a bad experience with one of them. Not with the artist, with the manager. So the manager set up a meeting, a Zoom call, and the Zoom call was, so I said that I wanted to sponsor this artist. I don't want to say who it is. Not nobody famous, but someone, you know, who's on YouTube and kind of up and coming. And so I still don't want to say the name. So I had really good chemistry with this artist, and I said, you know, I would like to do something, sponsor you, and I had some other ideas. I don't want to talk about this now, but you know, that sponsorship came, and you know, so I said I would take care of your guitars whenever you perform in New York or before the tour. I would even give you a guitar. You can wear my T-shirts or something, and you know, just like any other sponsored artists do, right? They wear the Dario T-shirt or whatever, right? So the manager had to be involved, obviously. So the manager sends me an email, you know, invitation to a Zoom call, and it said introductions, right? That was the subject of the email. Okay. So I had to take time off from here, and I did it from my house, which is where I also have a setup like the similar, right, where I record my narrations. And that's where I do my Zoom calls, usually, you know. And, you know, I log on, and the three of us are logged on. And, you know, I'm trying to see the manager, and he's not turning on his camera. So all I see is, you know, a black screen. And I just couldn't get over it, you know. And then he's asking me a lot of stuff that I really don't discuss, you know. He wants to see my stats. And, you know, can I send him screenshots of my stats and da-da-da, you know, my YouTube. I said, you know, I have less than 5,000 subscribers, you know, the stats are not going to blow you away. I didn't say it that way, but basically, right? But anyway, the whole thing, to me, felt like a power move. And I was just kind of thinking, you know, this guy is just going to tell me no at the end. And the first impression was horrible, right? First, I didn't even see who that was, talking to a black screen while he's looking at me in my living room, right? And then, you know, I just really couldn't even like sleep that night properly because of it. Because I thought, you know, it's like, damn, I already discussed everything with the artist, and it all seemed okay, and now this guy, And like I said, I thought that he's gonna say no at the end. So I thought, you know what, screw that. I'm not gonna give him the chance to say no. So in the morning, I sent a text message to the artist saying, I need to just pull out of this because this was not really the first impression I was hoping for. And then that was the end of it. So then I found some other artists online, like a duo, also up and coming, but they're not from New York, right? But they do play in New York occasionally, right? So I reached out to their management and I said, yeah, I want to sponsor them. Short email. Never heard back. Okay. Then I found another artist just recently, this week. What is today? This weekend, I guess. Or maybe on Monday. I don't know. Whatever. And again, guitar player. Same thing. Reached out to the management. And for this one, I liked so much, I even said, I have an idea to build a guitar for this artist, right? So this was, I sent the email on Monday, and today is Wednesday. So I haven't heard back. So let's see what happens. Because I don't want to say who that is. Again, it's no one famous, right? It's someone with, a following on YouTube and is getting some bookings and also plays in New York every now and then. This guitar player isn't from New York, but okay. So, but I have an idea for a guitar. So, and I'd like to do that because I want to get back into building. So, people have built guitars for famous artists before, right? So, so again, this is not a famous artist yet, or maybe will be, maybe never, I don't know. But up and coming. And I kind of like the idea of doing that. If I like the person and the music. So I'm waiting to hear back. And I said, if I don't hear back by today, I would call the management company. Now today, I was editing the video in the morning, the one I published today, right? So there was no time. But tomorrow I could call. I don't know, maybe his secretary opens the emails and, I don't know. Maybe my email ended up in the spam folder. Anything's possible. Yeah. This view for change. mean, I think it'd be kind of cool to build a guitar, like a signature model for an artist. And there's a specific reason for that particular artist. And again, I don't want to talk about it just yet. I mean, I really hope it does happen, and then I can talk about it. And if it doesn't happen, I really don't want to talk about it. I don't want to give up on it. I think I'm going to insist a little bit. Maybe they get spammed, you know, with like all kinds of things. I don't know. I got to put myself in their shoes. They could think that I'm flaky or some kind of scam or something. I don't know. I didn't tell them about my channel. Okay. Fretwork is fretwork. And then we got to oil it. Well, first clean it, right? With a toxic chemical. Oh, I got to turn it around so you don't see the label. It's annoying that you need to push the button 3 times. I wish there was a setting to always put it on 3. So, you know, it does occur to me that I would be making more money offering lower grade services. Because although I charge more, there's only so much you can charge before people, you know, just can't pay. But, you know, you really can't make significant money by doing this work. That's just not possible. You can do okay, you know, but three more. And I gotta refill. Refuel. Where I put it. Two more people watching. Wow, screenshots of your stats. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a big secret. Oh, yeah. I thought you were referring to me showing my stats here. Yeah, you know, the guy was just making a big deal out of it, and he was like, okay, and I was also going to repair two of her guitars. One of them had a broken headstock, so he says, oh, how much would that cost her if you were charging? Da, da, da. Okay, so that's that much. And the other one had a bridge reglue. So how much would that cost her if she were paying? Okay. I said, well, that's not the point, right? So I just thought that the guy was just too much focused on monetary value. You know, for an artist that's a local artist here that has a few videos on YouTube. One of them went kind of viral, but that was like a few years ago, and really isn't performing much. So I thought, you know, I'd just be part of the team. So, you know, I also want to know more about the music that is happening now a little bit, because when I was a kid, I thought, you know, all the people that didn't like rock and roll, you know, what kind of people? You know, I'll never be like that when I grow up. So, but then came rap and hip hop. I'm like, whatever. But there's more music than just rap and hip hop happening now, right? So there are people who are doing interesting music, and so no offense if you like rap and hip hop. It's just not my thing. Okay. Let's clean the fingerboard. Yeah, I can't just be like servicing guitars for blues players. There was a singer-songwriter that came here maybe like a couple of years ago, and you know, I kind of liked him. So and I was not thinking of sponsorships back then, but you know, so I started asking him more about music. Did I say he was a singer-songwriter? Yeah. So yeah, I showed up at his gig, local gig here, and he was really surprised, pleasantly. And I also support my customers here who record, so I buy their records, and I listen to them. I play them at home. If it's a vinyl, I like to buy it. If it's just a download, I really don't bother. So, yeah. Then I got a couple of friends who are, you know, touring on somewhat regular basis, but I'm not sponsoring them. They're just two friends. I did work on one of those two friends on his bass quite a few times. So he plays for a band called, I mean, that's his band, Miasmatic Necrosis, and he plays in another band called Uniform. So I have at least one video on the main channel of doing something which we called extendos on his bass. So I guess I'm sponsoring him. I never thought of it that way, but I guess. So I've done work on his bass without charging, right? Because he's a friend. But I did it, you know, so he can play the music and all. So maybe I should officially sponsor him. It didn't cross my mind. Now it just did. I'm kind of already doing it. I don't know if he would wear a Guitar Quackery t-shirt on stage. But he likes Guitar Quackery. He comes here sometimes. Just to kind of hang out. Not lately, but he's been here. Well, it was always kind of for me to do something on his bass. But, you know, by my invitation, not by his request. So all the buffing compounds come out. Why so much? I mean, I did use tape. I guess that's it now. Okay. One more pass, just in case. I remember once I didn't do this too well, and the customer came back and said, my fingers are getting black. All right, so. Now it's better. I wonder if some of the ebony is also coming off. Okay, that's good. All right, toxic chemical. And now we put the oil. You're still watching, 3 of you. Three people watching and 3 likes. I like that. Am I posting, am I streaming too often? I don't think any other channel is streaming more than maybe once or twice a week, right? I don't know. Maybe Phil McKnight? I haven't watched him in a while. He's got long videos. Okay, look at that. All right. That is all done now. Good. All right. I'll clean up later. See, that's the same glove I'm reusing. I flip it and then it dries up on the outside, which is actually the inside, and then I flip it again before I put it on my hand. There can be only one. Who needs another channel to watch? I'm sorry, I'm not getting it. Another channel. We have quite a few channels on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I wonder what you mean. I don't quite understand. There can be only one channel, I guess. I can feel the side of the neck has like delamination of the fingerboard. Of the finish. And I was, thinking if I have time, I'll touch up a little bit, but no. And I was going to talk about this bridge a little bit. So where do I have samples? Sample bridges here. It's just the way they make bridges now that's really problematic. Hey, here's a good one. Also from a Martin guitar. So here's the problem. This is a bridge from a 12-string Martin. I have the guitar here. And this is the bridge from that guitar. And as you can see, this portion that's kind of, lighter in color, in shade, is what's been glued onto the soundboard. And this entire surrounding area, I can show you the feeler gauge, right, was coming off, right? So at some point, you could put a feeler gauge here and hit this glue joint, because they did put glue here as well. But this didn't last, right, because it was glued on the finish. And only this area was routed out where the finish was routed off or masked off before they finished something, just to get a nice, clean looking surrounding area around the bridge. So now with the string pull and the bridge wanting to stay flat and the soundboard curving, and you really don't have a good glue joint on top of the finish, we now have this little gap. So it's very small. In some places it's bigger, but I've seen these things, and I've removed bridges like that, and then it turns out that it was just this. So is this good? It isn't, right? Because they make this surrounding area too wide. There's no reason for this to be as wide as this. It could be just 0.5 millimeter, and you would still get the same look on the outside. Instead, they make it 3 or 4 or 5 millimeters. Come on. So, so now we have this little gap, and I think it's just this, and I don't think that this bridge is actually coming off. It's glued the way it was glued on, right? Which means the only part of the actual glue joint is still intact. So I did recommend to the customer, just keep an eye on it. Let's not remove the bridge. Here it's a little deeper, but it's not deeper than what I'm seeing here. Same thing. So I guess we're not regluing the bridge. Yeah. I don't particularly look forward to removing a bridge just in general, and then, finding out, it was this. Now, it would be better if the whole bridge was glued, the entire footprint. You'd have a better distribution of the pull, but I don't know. I guess this customer is watching these live streams. I don't think he's watching now, but he will watch a replay. Let's see. But I think no, probably no, right? If it's not broken, don't fix it. Yeah, so is it broken? I don't know if it's broken or not. Broken in terms of it was never made well. Is that broken? I don't think we'll fix it. Okay. Now let's put the strings on. Those will be the sacrificial strings. EJ16. Daddario. Oh, I already opened the pack by mistake just a few days ago. So these are the strings right here. I opened the pack by mistake, and I have no strings left now. This is like a 3-pack. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I don't think we'll fix it. So, I don't understand what a Rubbish Guitar blog was saying. There can be only one. Who needs another channel to watch? How is that meant? I would like other people to have live streaming repair channels so that I'm not the only one. I think that actually helps. The same way that, so in New York, we had Music Row. In London, they have Denmark Street. So the shops are a competition to each other, but also they create a vibe, right? The whole street, the whole block is music stores. And here we had 48th Street. We don't have it anymore. So also, if you go to some places where, you know, tourist destination where all the restaurants are, that's going to attract a lot of tourists, and those restaurants are going to do good. So I feel if more people were doing this on YouTube, it would be better for all of us doing it, if that makes sense. But again, I don't know how the comment was meant. And Anquendor Guitars is doing live streams from his workshop, but he's a builder. And once I put together, you know, I did talk about this. I am going to take some days off in the month of March, or at least half days or something. Yeah, half days. Full days, I guess. I don't know. Not every day of the week. But I do want to finish my basement so that I can rebuild my workshop. And once I rebuild my workshop, I would like to equip it with the camera system so that I can do live streaming and video production from there. So these strings will be removed. So for sure, I don't want to lock. Once I put the final strings on, the final set, we'll see. Whatever I decide at that time. So these strings are just used to keep tension on the guitar. So let's say if I need to put the guitar away for a couple of days, and then a couple of days become a couple of weeks, or whatever, right? But no, I just want to keep the guitar at full tension while I'm servicing it, so that when I do the final setup, I have the proper soundboard deflection and neck relief and all that. And also because I need to file the nut to adjust, because I just level the frets. So I was saying, since I will be removing these strings, I'm just putting them on with a simple over and under method without locking the strings. And I don't always lock strings anyway, just I will always lock them if it's a Bigsby guitar, or if I was trying to resolve tuning stability issues, especially like on a Gibson. Those strings will always get a lock and not too many winds. So the tuners will be like almost like locking tuners. I heard something at the bridge. I don't know if the string is settling or if there's like a problem with the bridge plate. Some of the tuning machines feel like they have a spot where they are kind of stuck. The B. The action is too high, right? I think. More so on the bass side. We have all this delamination of the finish. Man, Martin. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. So now the nut feels a little high. Okay, I'm just eyeballing it. Yeah, so I need to tighten the truss rod, I'm sure, a little bit because I had to loosen it on the neck jig. I think I did, yeah. And then I'll put the guitar away for the night. And it's already 1 a.m. So I'm definitely not doing that live streaming review. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, just a tiny bit more. Yeah. I think we're good with this. Now the action, like I said, is high, but it's gonna get lower when I file the nut a little bit. And then we still have plenty of adjustment left at the saddle. Oh yeah. Okay, so this could be finished tomorrow. Very likely to be finished tomorrow. Yeah, the case is around the corner. Okay, my friends. Yeah, so I've read some of the earlier comments. So this is a very early comment from Jeffrey. I still want a 59 Les Paul Sunburst. Nixon needed more tape too. What am I not getting here? The president, more tape. It's late. I'm not getting the jokes. Just charge more money. Yeah. I have raised my rates many times. I've, raised my rates. It's kind of tough on customers that come back. But, I just explained, I just can't do it, yeah. It's like, if you want this shop to survive, I need to charge this much. So in New York City, and I've said this before on this channel, and I've said it to some customers as well, to change a cylinder on a lock costs $350. Yeah, it's a 10-minute job that anyone can do. It's, one screwdriver, one screw, and the key to then unscrew the cylinder. Not a big job. Now, it is true that a locksmith needs to go to someone's house to do this, obviously. But it's still $350 for 10 minutes. And that's not a luxury service. That's a necessity. And I think a luxury service such as this, well, should cost more than charging for a necessity like food or a lock. Yeah, well. I think that guitar technicians basically don't charge enough for their time. So I know a lady that works on violins. Her name is Iris Carr. I kind of know her. I met her twice. I still need to. I recorded a video with her. I never published it. Maybe she's mad at me now. But I heard that she charges like $60,000 per job sometimes for those, I know, Cremona violins. But, the work that she does is also at a level that we don't do in the guitar world. So, but yeah. And then, then she works on that violin for 2 years. Yeah. And the customers aren't calling, oh, is my violin ready? Like people call here, oh, is my guitar ready? So not so much here anymore, because I put in the policy. I have a sign outside that says, no turnaround time. Because, I just need my time to shuffle through everything. But, I don't want to be mean, but, just that's how it is. I can't predict every turn of events between drop-off and delivery. Okay, so I think I'm done. Well, no, I'm done for tonight. So tomorrow I file the nut. I adjust the saddle height. And I text the customer that the guitar is ready. Or maybe he will be watching. Okay, my friends. 3 people watching and 4 likes. Wow, how does this happen? Well, there were 5 people watching at its peak. So, okay, that's a good percentage. I like that. All right. Make sure you subscribe. So soon there will be a hype button on YouTube. So you can hype a video. That means that it's more than like, it's hype. I don't know what that does. That tells YouTube to push it more. Okay. All right. Thank you and good night. Be well.